In the end, they decided to take part, and it became a moment that filled them with immense pride, a rarity in an industry that often fosters the opposite feeling. The atmosphere during Live Aid was electric, with musicians setting aside their usual competitive egos to unite for a cause. The experience boosted Queen's confidence, revealing the vast support they still had in England and emphasizing the band's true potential. However, Deacon's trademark shyness was on full display that day. He had been scheduled to meet Prince Charles and Princess Diana and accompany them to the royal box, but his anxiety got the better of him. In the end, it was Spider, the band's roadie, who stepped in to greet the royal couple, shaking hands with Princess Diana in John's place. The photos from that encounter turned Spider into an unexpected star, briefly making him one of the most famous roadies in the world. In the mid-1980s, the collaboration between Freddie Mercury and John Deacon became more prominent. Their 1986 album, A Kind of Magic, featured 2 tracks credited to either Mercury or Deacon. Building on the style they had begun with Cool Cat, these new songs fused John's funk influences with Freddie's pop instincts. One track, Pain Is So Close to Pleasure, saw Freddie attempting to channel Diana Ross's vocal style to complement John's deep, bass-driven groove, while Friends Will Be Friends emerged as a classic Queen anthem, achieving moderate success. However, tensions began to surface as they worked on their next studio album, The Miracle. Though both Mercury and Deacon contributed heavily to the project, neither seemed eager to take credit, particularly when it came to the song My Baby Does Me. During a 1989 interview for BBC Radio, Freddie reminisced that John had come up with the track's distinctive bass line, but Deacon was quick to deny it, claiming the idea was Freddie's. These occasional disagreements were part of the creative process, but for John, the act of songwriting remained crucial for his mental health, especially during the long gaps between album releases. While he took great pride in his bass playing, he viewed his songwriting contributions and involvement in the decision-making process as essential to his fulfillment within the band. Soon after the release of The Miracle, Queen began working on what would become their next album. By this time, Freddie Mercury was aware that his time was running out, though he kept the severity of his illness private, even from the rest of the band. Despite this, he pressed forward with recording sessions, not only completing Innuendo but also living to see its release, along with another greatest hits collection. Incredibly, Mercury even mustered the strength to lay down the foundational tracks for what would be his final musical project, all before the tragic reality of his condition took hold. Following Mercury's last live performance with Queen in August 1986, rumors about his health began to circulate. In October of that year, British tabloids News of the World and The Sun reported that Mercury had undergone HIV/AIDS testing at a clinic on Harley Street. Despite these reports, Mercury publicly claimed that he was in good health. His partner Jim Hutton later revealed that Freddie had in fact been diagnosed with AIDS in late April 1987.